Hey dearies, it's Sarcasm the Sickness, and today I am drawing that guy, Mega Swampert, because he's an absolute darling. Oh my gosh, have you seen the new Core leaks? I mean, besides just seeing it there for like a split second. Oh, Mega Swampert though? Mega Swampert has got to be my favorite design for a Mega, I'm gonna have to say. And it's not even like released yet, and I adore this darling. Look at his giant arms and his little legs. Look at his little legs. Oh my god, I love this thing. I love him to death. And I want one so bad, and I never really liked Swampert that much before. I mean, I never really liked any of the Gen 3 starters, to be honest. But Mega Swampert is definitely going to be my pick, and I always pick the fire starters just because I like fire as a typing. But yeah, I'm definitely going with Mudkip this time because Mega Swampert needs to happen in my life. Look at this precious darling. Ugh. I can't get over this. He's so precious. Anyway, yes, I am, drawing Mega Swampert, and today I have some music in the background. I am in the background playing some Hoenn remixes by GlitchX City, and she's super sick, like music remixer and creator and stuff. Definitely check her out. Gonna have links in the description, and it's gonna be cool. It's awesome, and a lot of bigger PokeTubers use her work, and just people in general who need music in the background of their things. So I decided to try it out. Let me know what you think. If you like having the music in the background, if it's too loud, if it's too quiet, stuff like that. Let me know what you think. And if you don't like music in the background, then I won't do it anymore. I figured I would try it out. Anyway, I wanted to talk about, I want to talk about a few things before I start my little conversation with you guys. First of all, I want to say, remember that Twitter love video that I did a couple days ago? Yeah, I lost all of those followers. Literally, almost every new follower that I got left, just immediately left. They didn't want to hang with me. So I went from having 277 to going all the way back down to 150. Literally every single follower I gained left. I think I'm slowly climbing back up around 160 or whatever right now, and I mean, I don't even want to talk about it because I know as soon as I say, yay, look, I'm at 160, then 20 more followers are gonna leave and gonna be like, oh, good. But, that happened. I figured I might as well address that. But, in amazing news, I have broken 200 subscriptions here on YouTube. I am now at 215 if I recall correctly, and if nobody leaves, please don't leave. I love you. Yes, 215, and that is awesome. And to all of my new to my new subscribers, hello there, how are you? I'm very glad to have you on board. I imagine that some of you are probably from Abdallah Smash 026's channel because I have just been introduced in his Tamagotchi Life Let's Play, and totally check that out. It's a lot of fun, it's silly and goofy, and it's really awesome. And thank you, Abdallah, for having me in your Let's Play. That's really cool. Anyway, I'm coloring my Mega Swampert. Oh, before I go on, I am this time here, I am trying to draw him without using black lines like I usually do on my artwork. I've been trying to work a lot more lineless lately because it's really the next step to me growing as an artist, and I wanted to say I'm really happy with how this turns out. It could be better, but you know what, I'm on the road to getting better, so every little step helps, Anyway, did I ever tell you guys that I was in my high school band? Yeah. I was in my high school band from 10th grade through 12th grade. I wasn't part of it in 9th grade because I didn't really I don't know, I didn't play any instruments at that time, and I didn't realize that they would teach me and stuff. But then around 10th grade, it was I had a lot of friends in the band. I was like, I should just try it. Why not? And I actually had a blast with it. High school, 10th grade. I joined the band, and my band director decided that I should learn how to play the xylophone and the pit percussion instruments in general. Xylophone, marimba, glockenspiel, things like that. And I didn't really know too much about that kind of stuff. I had played the piano before, and I knew notes. I mean, you know, and because, you know, if you've ever looked up a xylophone or, you know, a piano, all the notes are like laid out for you, like really simple and easy. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, you know, and all the flats and sharps. So it wasn't too hard to pick up, but I know I'm gonna be honest, my first year, I basically like cheated my way through the whole season. Like if I didn't, and it was like me and like my two other pit percussion co-players, I guess, and we didn't, like, we knew most of the music, we didn't know all of it, so there were parts where we just kind of made it up as we went along, and as long as we made it up together, it was fine. It was bad, it was really bad. But as time went on, I learned how to read music a little bit better, and basically how to just kind of like memorize it as best as I could. And I had a real blast with it. I had a real blast with the marching band, and especially since being in the pit percussion, I did not need to learn how to march, so I could spend all of my time focusing on learning the instrument and learning the music and memorizing the music since I couldn't sight read. And, you know, it was good. It was a good thing. But, yeah, my high school band was pretty small. It was really tiny. I don't think we ever broke more than, like, 50 or 60 people, really, like, throughout my entire career. And, you know, we did a lot of competitions around the area. We were always in Group A, which is the smallest group you can be in. I think we reached Group A Open once, which is, like, a little bit bigger, I believe. I think that's the bigger one. I had a really great time. And my 11th grade year, I actually became... Was it 11th grade or was it my 12th grade year? I think it might have been my 11th grade year that I became the section leader of the pit percussion, because I was... really only because I was the oldest and probably the most mature of the group. Not that I was any better or, like, more experienced, but I was definitely... like... I had, I guess, more leadership qualities and was thrilled to take the job as much as, like, some of my other pit percussion friends may not have wanted to, but it was great. It was really great. Specifically, we did a lot of we did a competition. Well, actually, we did 2 competitions in Giant Stadium in New Jersey, which was amazing. And I'm gonna tell you, when I first stepped into that that big Coliseum arena, whatever you want to friggin' stadium. It's a stadium. I almost cried. I almost cried because it was just, it felt like I was in a big fishbowl. Like there was no escape. It was towering and it was just colossal, and I'm just looking around like, oh my gosh, and like, what if all these seats are full? What if half of these seats are full? What if a quarter of these seats are friggin' full? Like, that's a lot of people, and it was intimidating, but it was great. It was a great experience. That time in particular, I believe we got like 2nd or 3rd place, which wasn't even bad. It's not even bad. There were some really good competitions, and there were some really bad ones too. Specifically, there was one where like in the pit percussion we played a lot of percussion instruments, and for my I can't remember if it was, I think it was my 12th grade year. For 2 or 3 of the songs, we had a big stand-up bass drum that we played, and it was mounted in this big circle with like bungee cords holding it because my school is broke and would rather spend money on our failing football program than the band that was actually doing somewhat well. I'm sorry, I'm a little bitter about that, but so yeah, the bass drum was held up by bungee cords, and in the middle of the competition, and this is like the championship competition, the bungee cord snapped and the drum just hit the ground, and we were just like, oh my god, what do we do? Oh my god, what do we do? Because like, I looked over and I saw it and I was like, oh my god. And like, some of the other people in my section hadn't noticed it yet, and like one of them saw me like looking at it like really panicked, and they were like looking at me like, what's going on? And I looked at them like, and I looked at the drum real hard, and they were like, oh my god, no, what happened? What are we gonna do? And we were just freaking out, and and I believe that happened also in another competition with the gong that we had, which, by the way, I love playing the gong, it's really cool. But the gong fell off because, again, it was held up by like crummy strings, and I think it wasn't even bungee cords, it was strings, like just like plain old boring strings. And that fell and made like a dull thud, like a bong kind of thing. And that was brutal. That was brutal because I had to I had to play it at the end of the song, like it was a big thing. So I had to quickly pick that thing up and try to play it at the end of the song, and it was just really, we could have done a lot better if we had better funds and probably if we had a larger band, but you know, we did the best of what we could. And to be honest, we probably could have done better if we had a better band instructor. That just, like, in general, he would pick music that he liked and not music that would actually fit the parts that we had. Like, he would pick a lot of brass-heavy music, but we had a lot of clarinets. And we didn't really have as much brass to really support, you know, that big band sound that he wanted from our 25 to 30 people that we had in the band at the time. And just in general, I really question a lot of the choices that my band director made. But, you know, I was always loyal enough, I suppose. You know, like, I never defied him for any reason. But, I definitely didn't agree with him, I'm gonna be honest with that. But, you know, like, as dorky or whatever as, like, band kids can be or are depicted to be, I mean, a lot of my best high school memories involve the band. For real. Like, I made a lot of great friends in the band, and we had a blast, like, going out for competitions, like, just in general, it was just really cool. It was a really fun time. And I guess I encourage you, if you have thought about picking up an instrument, or like, oh, I don't know if I want to continue with band into high school, no, you should totally do it. You should totally do it. It's a lot of fun. It's so worth it. There was one time during that one time at band camp. No, okay, but yeah, one time during a practice after school, the sky got really dark. Like, as we were near, like, we were probably about like a quarter, like 3/4 of the way done with our practice, and our assistant band director's like, I think we should go inside. This is looking pretty bad, because like it just got black outside, like all of a sudden, just like these clouds rolled in, and like it was like hell was on the horizon. We were like, maybe we should just stop playing. What's going on here? So our band director had to stop and give his little speech at the end of the night, like, you guys suck, and you know, you should be doing better. Good luck with that. Bye. And just as he's finishing his speech and we're all starting to pack up, it starts hailing. Just like little like these like marble-sized hail pieces are just falling from the sky, and we're like, oh my god! And you know how it is, because like, well, I mean, maybe you don't, but if you're in the band, you know how it is. It's like instruments first. It's like all the clarinet players are like hugging over their instruments. They're like, oh my god, if this thing gets wet, it's gonna die. And like, you know, like the tuba players and the trumpets are like freaking out and like, oh my god, you know, trying to get into their case as quickly as possible and running away. We're all shielding our instruments with our bodies because it's that important to us. And of course, our practice field had a hill, and all of the pit percussion instruments are on wheels. Every single one of them, except for the glockenspiel, which we had to lay on top of either the marimba or the xylophone or the vibraphone to actually get it places. So we're trying to like scramble to get everything together, and we've got like all 4 keyboards: marimba, xylophone, vibraphone, glockenspiel. We have like the gong, we have the bass drum, we have cymbals, it was a mess, and we have like 100 mallets that we're all trying to like fumble into a bag. And like, usually at the end of the night, somebody has to remind the rest of the band, hey, it would be nice if you would help the pit percussion, because they're all females and they have to push these big frickin' instruments up this steep little hill. But that day, nobody reminded anybody, so like most of the kids flooded into the building, but then like a few brave souls turned around and were like, they need help, and like banded together to drag these instruments up there and up into the building. It was a mess. It was a nightmare. But here we are at the end of my video, and my majestic Mega Swampert here. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, tell me what your favorite Mega design is. Hope you enjoyed this. See you guys later.